Y'all see the little mark up there to tell us we're live.
It's live.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey.
Good
Look,
morning.
this is, hey, Rex. Hey, Diane. Again, we are
Hi,
back.
Kathy again. Hi,
Right.
Rex.
Hey there.
Yes. So look, today is our day of going live with our holiday marketplace. Let me adjust some things. And so we've already had our first interview today. It was amazing. She is so amazing. I love our chamber members. I really do. We have good conversations. I love seeing them grow. I love having those talks on, just brainstorming and all those different things. And so then that's how we get the attention of people like our guests that we have right now. Right, Diane? Have
Yes,
those great
absolutely.
conversations. To the point where they become part of the team, right? Look, but today we want to introduce to you guys Mr. Rex Green with Minuteman Press in Fayetteville, Georgia. Hey, Rex, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Doing great.
Awesome,
Things are
awesome.
Good
good.
morning, Rex. Yes. Glad you're here.
So, this is a time, yes, Rex normally always has something special to say to just give us a smile or a chuckle or something. So Rex, don't let me down, okay?
Yeah, okay. But you've already set the bar pretty high by praising the first interview. So I'll do my best. I promise. I may not meet that
We know you're
standard,
gonna
but
knock
I'll
it
do
out
my
the
best.
park, Rex. Just whatever you do, you're just gonna knock it out the park. So guys, Rex, just introduce yourself and tell everybody a little bit about you.
Okay, well, as Kathy said, we have the Minuteman Press, which is a design and print company, and we are in Fayetteville. We are located directly across Highway 54 from the Piedmont Fayette Hospital. So it's a very convenient location. We're close to South Fulton, and we have a number of customers in the South Fulton area already.
Mm-hmm.
We've actually owned this business for going on our 7th year. We have 5 employees working here with us, including 3 graphic designers.
Oh.
So we can support requirements that require total design, starting with a blank sheet of paper or a blank computer screen. Or if it's something that's already ready to print, we can just set up and print it as well. So that's a full range of capabilities that our people offer. I always like to brag a little bit too about our people in that we have several of our people are artists, fine artists, as well as doing graphic design. And my wife, who works with us here, is also a fine artist, very active in the local art community. And one of our graphic artists is extremely good with photography. She has a degree actually in photography from Georgia State. And we do a lot of restaurants, and she does a lot of the photography to make those dishes look really special. So these are some things that we also offer. Works with a lot of the local schools as well, doing the photographs for the teens when they do the banners and things for the kids. So we have a really nice skill set here. I'm our wordsmith, so I like to always check the things that we print to make sure that there are no typos and punctuation looks good, and the syntax and the grammar and everything else. That's my specialty. So again, we have a very good range of talent here that we bring to bear on the work we do for our customers. As far as the work that we do, I mean, we cover a very broad range. We start with conventional business materials like business cards and letterhead and envelopes and all those mundane things that are important. But we also range up into wide format world. We recently did a banner, for instance, that was 60 feet long and 6 feet tall, and we installed that at one of the local high schools. So we can do some very large things as well as the little business cards. One of the more recent markets we've entered is decorative wall coverings. And if you see behind me, I'll adjust this a little bit, but you can see the neighbor's cat looking in on us there. But that's a piece of removable adhesive vinyl that we stuck up there just for fun. And we have different samples all through the office, but we can do permanent or temporary custom designs that you can use for a home or a workplace if there's something you want to do. And it can be dropping a photograph in, it can be custom artwork, it can be virtually anything you can imagine. And we produce that material here in-house too. So we like to think that we cover almost everything. We try never to say no, although once in a while we do, but we We really try to accommodate the requests that come in and to provide what people need to support either their business activity or personal events like weddings, funerals, parties, and so on and so forth.
No, that is awesome. I mean, okay, so Rex, you just let the whole cat out the bag, okay? So, because I didn't know that you guys did. I mean, I know I've come down a couple of times and looked into the vinyl wall thing and just knowing just the whole gamut of what you guys do. That's amazing. So it was something I was going to ask you. Oh, I hate when I do that, but I'm going to come back to it. So, but how did you get the idea to begin the Minuteman Press?
Well, I spent about 35 years in manufacturing, making electronic hardware and equipment, and traveled extensively for years. And I just got to the point, as you can see, I'm getting older. Got to the point where I said, I just don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be on planes and in hotels and rental cars all the time. And our daughter had grown up and went off to college at that point. And we said, well, let's do something different. So we actually, my wife and I, drew up a list of requirements for a business, whether we were starting one from scratch or acquiring one. And we started looking at businesses for about a year or so. We shopped and looked at all kinds of things. And we finally settled in this because it met a lot of the items on our list of requirements. And it really is production. And I have a production background, so right. I understood it. I understood that we were making things and what goes into that and how to deal with the issues that come up with equipment or software or the input, the artwork we get from customers or our own artwork. And just having to deal with all those moving pieces in an environment where you're meeting tight deadlines very often and you want to get the details right. And it just felt right and we bought it, and it's a heck of a retirement hobby, I'll tell you. I haven't worked so hard in years.
No, that's awesome. Look, I love that idea how you guys made your list. And, for a lot of people who are just getting started or want to start their own business, and even if they had an idea, of what they wanted to do, you might need to share what that list looked like, at some point that we could, share with. That could be, definitely be a workshop or a class that we can help people to walk that process through, because that's so important. Because not just getting into a business because you feel like it's a great thing to do, even though it might be, but it may not be a great thing for you.
Very true. And
so, no, I like that. I like that. So when did you say you guys opened? No, you've been open for 7 years now?
Well, we're into our 7th year now. Yeah, we just passed our six-year anniversary and moved into our 7th last month.
Okay, so just during this pandemic, how has business been?
Well, it's interesting because we do, for our conventional printing and actually some more for the big stuff too, but we do a lot of work with schools, with churches, with nonprofits. And of course, they've all been affected by the disease, by COVID. And that activity just back in March plummeted. But at the same time, because of COVID, a lot of requirements came along for signage, for posters, for the adhesive stickers, like the things you put on the floor that say stay 6 feet apart, right, all of that type of product. And because of that offset the loss that we had in our conventional business. So we've held our own this year. We've done okay. I mean, we're not booming. I'm not here to brag about how we're exceeding expectations, but we're doing okay. We've had no layoffs. We've not had any cutbacks in paying people, and we've actually started looking potentially for a new hire too. So, I mean, we're doing okay. I mean, like everybody, of course, we want this COVID thing to go away as quickly as possible. We're all very sick and tired of it, and looking forward to normal again.
Well, wow, no, that's awesome. So when you say, you just answered all my other questions, like how many employees, now you're looking for a new one, to add on. So that's amazing too. I'm excited about that for you guys. So what do you attribute to your success for these going on 7 years?
I have to give all the credit to my wife.
Ooh, I like that, Rex. I like that.
No, I guess we were really lucky when we bought the business. It was in existence, but it was struggling. It was not doing well. But there was one part-time employee, and she was a tremendous artist, and she decided to dedicate full time to illustrating children's books. Phenomenal artist. And there was a young lady who came in who had been a customer of the shop, and it's Consuelo, who's still with us. She's our senior graphic artist and our photographer. And I just was impressed with the work that was in our files. So I said, "You want a job?"
Right.
And, we talked over the course of maybe a couple of weeks, and we hired her. And she's, as I say, still with us and has been a very important contributor to our success. She's just very good at what she does, and she's very good with customers.
Important.
Very understanding and a good communicator, just the perfect skills for that job. And then not long after that, we were growing, and we hired another young lady who was a customer, and she's still with us.
Wow.
And then, we hired somebody to work in production, and just as we were growing, we were just hiring the people to fill key spots, and everybody we've hired is still with us, and we take a lot of pride in that.
Yeah.
And, I said it jokingly earlier, but I mean, Pam kind of is the captain of the ship here, my wife, Pam, and kind of keeps everything in order and takes care of paperwork and all. So we all know which direction to march. And then our staff, they've been really good. And I got to give them all the credit. I always joke, I'm here to vacuum the floor on the weekends and clean the restrooms, and they do all the hard stuff. So
you and open the door when we come. Yeah, thank you,
yeah, exactly. we have a really good team here. It's been very stable.
Awesome.
They're good at what they do.
Awesome. Diane?
Well, as a customer, I love Minuteman Press. I love what you guys provide.
Thank you.
I've met a couple of your graphic people, and I just think the whole team is just fantastic. But it's your customer service. The only thing I could think to ask you additionally would be with your manufacturing background, is that what caused you to put so much emphasis on good customer service that you're providing to people in the area? Because it is outstanding.
Thank you. Well, it's very important because the manufacturing that I had been involved in was all custom. In other words, we weren't making Coke bottles or something that was the same thing day in and day out. It was all custom per what our customers needed and what they would design or what we would design for them. Very much like what we're doing here today. And when you do that, there are always opportunities for things to go wrong because everything you're doing is different from what you did the day before. And because of that, you have to really have a strong customer relationship or else things break down very quickly. And yeah, I mean, I was always in the outward facing roles of sales or marketing or program management, all that kind of stuff. So I dealt extensively with customers. And again, if you didn't maintain good relationships and very good communications, then all the problems that could occur in production could just destroy a relationship very quickly. So I learned, I mean, you've got to really stay close to customers and listen carefully to what they want and do your best to provide that and provide your guidance if you feel they're going the wrong way or your support if you feel they're going the right way. And absolutely, Diane, that came into play. And, all the hard lessons I've learned over the decades, we try to apply here.
Well, it definitely shows. It's a wonderful, wonderful operation. You have perfect location. I feel your location is amazing because you capture everybody, be they Clayton County, South Fulton County, Fayette County, Noonan, you name it. We're all going to be passing by you going somewhere at some point, so you may as
Right.
well turn in and go to Minuteman
Yeah,
Press.
exactly. Always welcome.
Oh, no. So, I mean, I love all the good information. So I know what it was too. Just knowing that you guys have all the services that you provide, a graphic artist. I don't know if we ever had that conversation. For some reason, I don't feel like I knew that. You creating whatever it is that we have in our head. That's great.
Absolutely.
So you guys don't go as far as creating websites or anything like that, then, do you?
No, that we don't do. I mean, there are enough other companies here that do that. That's just that's not a skill that we have.
Right. Yeah. No, that's the only thing that was missing after creating the logo, printing, and providing all the promo materials that we need. That's
Right.
the only thing. So you never know. So somebody watching may say, well, hey, you just never know.
Let me actually throw in one more thing, is that we do occasionally write content too, for customers that know what they want to say, but just are having trouble putting it down in writing. So we can support that activity too.
So content for whatever, it could be website content, social media content. Okay.
Black cards, if it's printed,
Right.
it could be an electronic media too. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's super important. That is amazing. And that kind of makes you stand out from some of the others, because I don't really know anyone in that field that provides the content, that can provide content if you need that service.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unusual.
So how do you promote that? I mean, do you promote these services? Because no printing company have I ever heard does these things.
Well, so much of what we have done has been word of mouth, and that's good as far as it goes, but it also has limitations. So actually, I've been talking to Dr. Lisa about how we can expand our presence using electronic media. It's kind of ironic that I worked so many years manufacturing the hardware to support all these systems and the online communications and everything else, but I'm still really kind of trapped in the 70s, I guess, when it comes to communicating and all that. But we are definitely ramping up our presence on multiple platforms so that we can better reach a larger audience and better communicate the things that we do. Definitely.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, you're talking to the right one. She definitely, can help you with that. But that's normally how it is, that those things that we can really help other people do, but at home, we don't do it as well. But and I'm speaking from experience. So that is so awesome, Rex. It was so wonderful speaking with you. This was an amazing interview. You did awesome.
Yes, thank you, Rex.
Can we do it again?
Absolutely.
We have to. So miss talking to you. We're going to get all that going back once the new year gets going. And so we can just keep collaborating and different things like that, because collaboration definitely is key. And so it's good talking to you, seeing you, and absolutely working with you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rex.
Do you have a website you want to give out, and just give the address one more time before we go?
Yeah, actually, the easiest thing to do is if you Google Minuteman Press Fayetteville. That's all you have to do, and we pop up.
Okay.
And there's, of course, a bunch of information there.
Yeah,
that's easy.
That's real easy.
Thank you, Rex.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here.
Friend, so thank you, Rex.
All right, you're welcome. See you.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.